Italian food is always a favorite in my household.
Look at those meatballs.
Oh, wow. Today on Sara's Weeknight Meals, two of my favorite Italian chefs. Should I get out of the way? Are you going to hook me?
No, I'm not going to hook you.
Starting with Dave Pasternack of New York's Esca.
Is this a crime scene here?
This is
That's the dead body?
That is a black sea bass. I mean, that's a Rolls Royce of a fish.
He's making a spectacular salt-baked fish using his favorite, black bass.
Oh, wow.
You could smell all those aromatics.
Then Philadelphia's Italian chef, Marc Vetri, takes me to the best shops in Philly's Italian market.
This is the first place that I ever shopped in. My dad, he used to work here.
I want the meatball mix.
Exactly.
All right.
We're getting ingredients for his father Sal's meatballs in a really unusual sauce.
You're gonna love it.
To Sal.
And on Ask Sara,
I love putting cherry tomatoes on my salad, but it just takes so long to cut them.
cool trick to show you.
So, you went fishing with this guy from Ocean Reef?
Yeah, he had a 48-foot boat.
Today, my friend Chef Dave Pasternack promised me a fishing lesson before we go back to the kitchen to cook. You promise you won't laugh?
I won't.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. You did good.
Now
let
what?
it go. Let it go.
Not only is he one of the top seafood chefs in the city, he grew up fishing on Long Island.
Should I get out of the way? Are you going to hook
No,
me?
I'm not going to hook you.
So we'll see if the fish are biting today.
I don't think anything's happening.
I always say you got to be in it to win it.
Dave,
And I'm doing it.
I was going the wrong way.
It's okay.
All
Now,
right.
look, you got something. You got a little weed.
I felt something, but now I don't. I can see why this is very zen.
Come on, fishies.
Come on, fishies.
Yeah, well, we gave it a good shot.
We did. Oh, well, you know what? I didn't catch any fish, but that really was fun.
It was fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We got to get back there and get
Yeah,
cooking.
we got to get back. Good therapy, right?
It was.
Get a technique down.
All right.
Hi, I'm Sara Moulton. Welcome to Sara's Weeknight Meals. There's nothing more impressive than serving someone an easy and elegantly prepared whole fish for two, and my buddy here, Dave, is going to show me how to do just that. But we're going to bake it with a salt crust.
We're going to bake it in a crust of salt, yep.
What are you doing? Is this a crime scene here?
This is a,
That's the dead body?
This is a crime scene. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a template to put the fish on the plate. So the paper sits underneath it so that when we take it out of the oven, it comes right off.
Oh, that's so cool. And what kind of fish are we doing?
That is a black sea bass. To me, that is the Rolls Royce of fish. It has a great white, sticky meat. It's really, for me, it's one of the great fish. We have lots of them here in the Long Island that we catch all the time, all winter, all summer.
So that's one of your favorite fish to
It
catch?
is one of my favorite fish to catch. It's also one of my favorite fish to eat.
Okay, so I'm getting some lemons together. We're going to put some aromatics inside the fish.
We're going to stuff the cavity of the fish with the lemon and the garlic. So we'll put the fish right down in here, right on.
When you buy a fish whole, what are you looking for?
We use a good expression. It has cow eyes, where the eyes are actually bulging out of the head, right? Which is also always important. You want to make sure the gills are real tight to the thing. It should have slime. It should look shiny. The scale should be real tight looking, and the meat should be firm. When you touch it, if you push on it, it should bounce right back.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna save the parsley for something else. And we'll use the stem.
Oh, just the stems. We get some
We're
lemons.
just gonna use the stems. We're gonna use the lemons, right? We're gonna put a couple cloves of garlic in there, right? We'll crush them down a little
Okay.
bit.
With the Dave Pasternack.
Just use your back of your hand, or you could use a knife if you don't want to have your hands smell like garlic all day.
Yeah. And this is a what size fish?
This is a 2-pound fish. This will be good for 2 people. Right, we're gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil on the outside of the fish so that the salt comes off a little bit easier. And then we're gonna mix the salt. So we're gonna put a little pinch underneath, just underneath. If you grab that paper once.
Yes.
We're gonna put a little bit of salt. Okay. Perfect. And then what we want to do with the salt is we're going to add our egg whites.
That's 3 large egg whites to about 3 cups of fine sea salt.
Fine sea salt. But we want to mix it to it's just a texture of barely wet sand.
Oh, that's very poetic.
Because if the salt is too dry, it's going to shatter. If it's too wet, it does the same thing.
So this paste is literally going to bake onto the fish and sort of insulate it.
Insulate.
So the fish is just going to cook in its own juices.
It's definitely one of the oldest methods of cooking. And then what we want to do is we want to cover the whole fish. So we're going to back. Right? So we're going to start at the head, and then we're going to work our way back.
Is this fish going to taste very salty?
No, it's actually, at the end, we're going to have to add salt to it.
Really?
Because in the process, the salt acts as really as a cooking case. So it doesn't really impart the flavor of the salt. And we want to make sure it's covered pretty well. I leave the tail uncovered because I like the way it looks. You could decorate it if you want. You could put some finger spots on it. So then we're gonna put it into the oven.
I'll pop it in. Well, you might want to rinse your hands. I've got a bowl of soapy water in there. And this is 400 degrees for 20 minutes?
About 18 to 20 minutes,
okay, and
depending on your own oven. And when it comes out of the oven, we're gonna let it rest. And it's just like resting a piece of meat.
Okay, all right. I just wanted you to tell me the kind of greens we're gonna make for some braised greens now. Can you tell me what we're using? We've already got some rinsed and ripped and everything.
We have broccoli rabe, right? We have escarole, as the old Italians say, scarola. We have some different kinds of Swiss chard here, right? And then we have what they call the lacinatus kale, which is the Tuscan kale.
All right, so we've got some pancetta in there, about 6 ounces.
Yep, you gotta get your garlic sliced.
Do you want the garlic in now?
Right in.
Okay.
We're just gonna lightly toast the garlic with the
pancetta. Oh, you need a spoon?
pancetta.
Here we go. And then all our greens go in, huh?
All our greens gonna go in. I like my greens cooked.
Okay, well done.
Well done. You
No
know,
crunchy greens for you.
in the south of Italy, in the south of the United States, that's how to eat it. So now we're gonna add our cleaned washed greens. Right?
Do you need to dry them really well, or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't really matter. You wanna really make sure that you wash them well. We're gonna add a little bit of water while they're cooking. You can season it with a little bit of salt and pepper.
Okay. And this is gonna cook way down, right?
This is gonna cook way down. Give it a shot of water into this. I'm gonna put the top on, and I'm gonna go check the fish because it's probably close to
You
being.
know, I was beginning to smell it. Julia Child had a rule. Usually when you can smell it, it's done.
Oh yeah, this is definitely done.
Okay, I'll close the door. And how do you know it's done?
I could tell by the color of salt, especially around the outside edge. See how it browned? It's also been in the oven for almost 20 minutes, and we're gonna let it rest at least for 5 minutes.
Wow, that cooked down. Should I add a little more salt?
I would add a little bit, definitely add a little bit more seasoning.
Are we gonna end up getting all of that in there, or?
Probably. I mean, you know, it cooks down, you can see. I mean, you may wanna add a little bit more water to it, too.
So go for all this?
I would put it all in.
And the total cooking time for the greens?
You wanna cook them to the tender. It's gonna take 15, 20
Okay,
minutes.
so we have a little ways to go on the greens.
All right, so now we're gonna crack the salt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a couple whacks, right? You can see, if you mix the salt good, it comes out nice and hard, and it doesn't shatter as much. Like, you smell it?
Oh, wow.
You could smell all those aromatics.
Perfectly seasoned.
We only put in like a little bit, right? So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the fish.
Now I see where you have the parchment. No muss, no fuss.
First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the skin. On the sea bass, the skin's a little bit sticky.
I can see that, yeah. Just sort of scrape it off.
Just sort of scrape it off. Sometimes the skin will come nice and easy.
Just be patient. It's like anything else.
Just have to be a little bit patient.
It's quite a flaky fish, isn't it?
It is quite a flaky fish.
I can see that it's very, very, very fresh.
You can see it's super moist, right? And that's one of the great things about this whole process is that the fish comes out extremely, extremely moist. We're gonna go salt on the fish, a little bit on both, pepper. I see you have some pretty good looking olive oil there.
Yeah, I will pass that over.
Right? That's gonna be the piece de resistance.
So
what I
do you-
like to do with the greens also is a little bit of that raw oil at the end and just mix it in good.
Finishing oil.
And that kind of really gives it that great finishing flavor.
Time to eat?
Bon appetito.
I did get a phone. I'm not gonna sue. Oh my God.
Right?
Wow.
Really moist,
Wow.
really flavorful.
I'm definitely gonna make this. And I hope you all do too. Did you see how easy that was? Thank
Really
you.
simple. Greens are good too.
I get all sorts of fun questions on my website, and I just love answering them. And I have a very special one today. It's about tomatoes, and it's from Carly in Dallas, Texas, huh?
Yep, down here in the Big D. I was just calling in because, you know, I love putting cherry tomatoes on my salad and pasta, but there's so many of them and they're so small and it just takes so long to cut them.
It's tedious.
Such a hassle.
Tedious, right? So, okay, I have a cool trick.
Exactly.
Cool trick to show you. I have to put on my glasses because this calls for precision. All right. So first you take you could use 2 plates. We're using the lids from just, takeout. You save those and recycle them, and they're very cool.
Yeah.
And they're somewhat flexible. So let me get these guys out of the way. All right, then what you do is you get your victims, your cherry tomatoes, and they could be ovals, they could be any size, and you put them on, okay, there's the rimmed side and the flat side. You put them on the flat side.
Okay.
And you fill the whole thing up. I just love this because really it can just so slow you down to cut them in half, but you want to often, especially like I like to salt my tomatoes before I put them in a salad because it brings out their flavor. Okay, so you see the very difficult thing I already did. They're all,
Yes.
okay, they're all ready to go. And with that over there. Okay, then you put the flat side of the other lid on top. I'm gonna move it a little closer to me so I can get right down at eye level. All right, you take a serrated knife and you get right down to the level of the tomatoes so you can see where you are going. Okay, if you didn't get down there, you wouldn't slice them so evenly. And then, ta-da! You see this?
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that fantastic?
That's so much easier.
This is the sort of stuff that
Melts so fast.
keeps me up at night, So I see more cherry tomatoes in your future. What do you think? Yeah.
Definitely. I'm definitely more likely to use them since it won't take me hours to cut them.
I know, really. Fun, huh? Thank you for that cool question. I love those kind of questions. Philadelphia is an Italian town, and the hands-down king of Italian food in Philly is local boy Marc Vetri. He's won every kind of award for his 4 local restaurants: Vetri, Amis, Osteria, and Alla Spina. I met him in Philly's 100-year-old Italian market for a cook's tour and shopping trip.
Hey, Sarah, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful. Welcome to Philadelphia.
I love it here. You got such great markets.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, we do, definitely. This is the first place that I ever shopped in.
Esposito's has been a mainstay here in the Italian market for a century, selling top-shelf meats at really reasonable prices. It's a special place for Marc.
My dad, he used to work here.
What?
Years ago.
Really?
Yeah, years ago.
That's
yeah.
so cool. So you're gonna get some meat for meatballs?
Yep. Everyone get some meatball mix? I'm gonna need some, very good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
I need some veal, I need some pork, and some beef.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You want the meatball mix?
Exactly.
All right. How much do you need of each?
I need about 2 pounds of each.
2 pound each, no
Yeah.
problem. And you
Yeah.
want me to grind it once or twice?
Do it twice.
2
please.
times, coming right up.
That'd be great.
So where'd you get this recipe?
I got this recipe from my father. He always used to say to me 3 things. He said, always work for yourself, always have integrity, and always use veal, pork, and beef in your meatballs. Lessons of life. Lessons of life right there.
Yeah, I'll have to remember that
Lessons of life.
All right, here we go, guys.
All right.
Enjoy. Good luck. I
That
will
looks
take them out
awesome.
well.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
All right, so we need some parsley.
Definitely some parsley. Let's get a bunch.
Okay. Nice. Oops, yeah, I'm too short. Di Bruno Brothers is another Vetri favorite for cheese.
Di Bruno's.
Oh my God, this
Love
is
the
like
store.
a fantasy store.
Emilio Magnucci is the 3rd generation in the family business.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Meet me, Sara.
Sara
Sarah,
Moulton.
it's a
nice
pleasure.
To meet you.
Welcome to the Bruno
What a
Brothers.
beautiful store you
Awesome.
have.
Well, thank you very much.
Wow.
It's been the same for over 70 years.
Long
You're
time.
kidding.
man,
No,
long
my
time.
grandparents started this
And
business.
I've been coming here since I was also this high.
So you guys have known each other for years.
Yeah, for quite a long
Not quite-
time.
yeah.
So how many kinds of Parmigiano Reggiano do you carry?
Well, we carry only 2. I say only. We carry our export quality, which is aged for about 24 months. And then our other one is the Crevera Parmigiano that's aged for 24 to 30 months. The more the Reggiano gets to age or mature, the better, and I don't want to get geeky, but the protein starts to break down and the fats, and then the flavor just develops
yeah,
a
the
lot
art,
better.
yeah.
And you see all these little spots
The
here?
crystals.
The crystals, well, people call them flavor crystals or
crystals, yeah.
crunchies, but it's really the proteins in the cheese that dry up as it's breaking down to develop and add more flavor to the cheese.
How do you know you're getting the real McCoy?
Okay, so in order to get the real McCoy, you need to be looking at the rind. Now you see this is a good piece, right, in the rind. Because here what you have is all the information you need to know about this cheese.
Uh-huh.
This number here, 2659, is the number of the farm that produces this cheese.
Wow.
Also, on the other side, opposite of this, there's going to be a stamp that has the date, the year, and the month that the cheese was made.
Yeah, but this is the item.
Well, we'll
that
get 3
you wanna
pounds of
stop.
this then. Yeah.
Definitely.
3 pounds.
All right.
So we need some tomatoes.
Yeah.
What
so,
kind do you like?
Well, I always like the San Marzano.
Okay, but they both say San Marzano.
They-
How do we know which
they
one we
do.
want?
Well, because this one right here has the label on it. You have the markings here for DOP, so that actually means that it's right from Italy. Yeah.
Because it could be
means-
in the style of, and that's
in
not
the style
the
of
real
it
deal.
is not the real deal, and they're going to have a little bit more acid, and they're going to have the right amount of flavor. They're awesome. Yeah.
All right, so we just need 1 can?
Actually, let's get 2 cans.
Okay, good. Welcome back. I'm so happy to be here with Marc Vetri, and we are making his dad's meatballs, right?
Sal's old school meatballs.
So he's not only a butcher, he's also a cook, huh?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Wow.
He did a lot of
Well,
stuff.
we got to start with that terrific meat we got.
That's 1 pound of veal, 1 pound of pork, and then 1 pound of beef. 3 pounds, 1, 1, and 1.
You want me to get the...
Yeah, so you get the milk and also the eggs.
Okay, great. I got a measuring cup. Oh, you're just going to eyeball it?
No. Let me have the measuring cup. I'll do
Would your dad measure it?
that. He would never, ever, ever measure.
No, that just is no.
about
We
1
just
cup
don't do
of
that.
milk?
1.5 and 3
Okay.
eggs, I think.
Okay.
That's good.
Here we go.
Okay. Now, for people at home,
what you
they
dissolve it.
need recipes.
You don't want to put the eggs in yet.
Oh, I don't.
No.
Oh,
You got
dear.
to put the bread in first just to soak it up.
Ooh, okay. Now,
Yeah.
tell me about the bread. What is it with the bread and the meat?
It just adds a little bit of a texture to it.
Texture. And also, doesn't it help to keep them moist? It sort
Really
of
moist.
holds on to it.
Really
And
moist.
we're just using plain old supermarket white bread. So why don't I grab the cheese? We're going to
Okay,
use...
yeah. 2 cups of Parmesan and 1 cup of Pecorino. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
and the
we
eggs
wanna-
need to go in there too, right?
Yes.
So we're going to add 3 eggs.
I forget the recipes sometimes. I know I
Well,
should.
that's all right.
but-
See, because you probably don't follow a recipe either.
No,
but,
I never look at a
You
recipe.
know, the home cooks need recipes.
Put these in here.
Alrighty.
Now,
Wow,
a little bit of
that is-
salt.
That is an awful lot of meatball. I got to chop up garlic for us
Need
here.
some garlic
And we still
also.
need parsley too,
And we
right?
need some parsley. So why don't I actually work on that?
All right, I'm going to do the garlic for the sauce.
Okay.
I think we need one both for the sauce and for the meatballs. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Yeah, we need some bit of sauce as well. And I'll do some parsley. About this much is good. All right, I think I got enough. All right. I already stuck salt in.
Okay.
So I'm going to put a little bit of.
Okay. I'm just going to
Black
hose
pepper
down
in.
from all that garlic.
This is looking really good.
All right.
Okay. You always have to start really slow, otherwise it's going to fly away.
Be over the top.
There you go.
That is a lot of meat.
It'll get eaten really fast.
You show me what size you want.
I always like to just kind of hold it.
All right, well, then I'm going to hold
No?
it too.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Look at
doesn't
that.
have to be
You've
exact.
done that a lot, haven't you?
I have done it a couple times.
Yeah, I think so.
No, you want to get them really
Packed?
nice and packed.
Okay,
yeah.
so they don't fall apart.
Yeah.
Did your dad make Sunday meal?
Sunday meals used to make a lot of
And did you call it gravy or sauce?
gravy.
Okay.
Always gravy.
You know, that is a big controversy. Do you want me to make mine bigger or we'll live with
So, you
it?
know, look at mine. No,
Okay.
that's fine. It doesn't matter.
Okay, this is rustic. You know what? Maybe you should keep shaping and I'll get them in the pan. You think-
Okay, yeah.
Let's see if it's hot enough. We've got our flour back here. So we're gonna flour these because?
I just like when they have a nice layer.
Yeah.
You know, and if you stick a little bit of that on the outside, it just makes it a little bit thicker and a little bit nicer.
And so what else did he put in his Sunday gravy?
We used to put eggs in it.
Eggs?
Hard-boiled eggs. Hard-boiled eggs.
Into the gravy?
Into the gravy. It
Oh
was
my
awesome.
goodness.
There was never like enough, you know, for everyone to have. So,
Right.
so we used to look for them, and you know, we used to say, I want that one, I want that one.
So you'd
And
fight over the eggs?
We would fight over the
Yeah.
eggs, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's enough. I think we have enough meatballs.
Because we got to make the sauce too, right?
Yes.
Which I think is a very intriguing sauce. We're not putting these on pasta, right?
No, I actually had something like this when I was in Rome, and I just loved it.
So it's a potato tomato.
Exactly. So we decided to, you know, to use it with the meatballs.
Now, should I brown them on the second side, or do you think I can
Yeah,
pop?
no, no, you want to brown them all
all
over,
sides,
all the way
okay.
around.
Once
Yeah.
they and the
The
reason
longer
we're-
they're in there, the better. Look at that outside.
that flavor.
That's awesome, and that's going to actually hold it all in there. I'm just going to start off the onions real quick with the garlic.
Now, I'm interested you're using grapeseed oil instead of olive oil.
The grapeseed oil, you know, has the really high.
Smoke point.
Exactly.
So you can really get it hot.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then you can add in the olive oil afterwards.
Oh, I see, to finish. I'm going to pop this in the oven?
Yes, they're-
Just because these guys
they're
are
looking
so
good.
big. And we're just looking
Yeah.
for them to be firm?
Just
Okay.
firm in the middle.
Okay. You got the garlic in there too.
The garlic's
so it's
in
one
there.
onion, one clove of garlic.
Then we're going to need the San Marzanos. They have a really awesome flavor.
Yeah. And we're adding, I
pour
think,
them in
like a can and a quarter.
Yeah.
But for all of us who are like sort of snobs about fresh ingredients, this is one of those ingredients that sometimes is even better canned, you know,
Exactly.
especially out of season.
Yeah, you're just not going to be able to find them ever.
Right.
So you have to get them canned.
Right.
So let this just kind of warm up a little bit.
So
So
you
now we're
just
just
want
going to
to
add these.
Okay.
And it looks like just nothing really,
This is
but
so
it's incredible.
weird. I really wouldn't have
know.
thought
Well,
about-
you're going to love it.
Oh, I'm
telling
sure
you.
I'm going to love it. But potatoes, you know,
Potato,
for
tomato.
sauce, here's your salt.
Hey,
I'm
yeah.
going to let you add what you want. Do you want pepper or no?
A little bit of pepper would be great.
Here, I'll do that. You'll just say when.
That's fine.
Okay.
And then we're just going to leave this
All right.
on.
So how long does it simmer now?
We're going to probably leave this on for about 30 minutes or so.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then you know what? I have a great idea.
Okay.
Let's go have a glass of wine in my lovely backyard.
That's a great idea. Let's do it.
So tell me about going to the market with your dad.
Oh, we used to. He lived actually, you know, years ago, right around there. So I was there for most of my early life. That's what life really revolved around, was eating.
It was
you know,
meals.
Meals. That was always kind of the center. But it was nice, and I'd like to do that now also. It's like 30 minutes out of your life.
Right.
You know? Just relax, sit down together, and have a meal.
Exactly.
And it really will actually mean everything later.
Yeah.
They'll remember it for the rest of their lives.
Yes.
you know?
Ooh, that looks
Yeah,
yummy.
Look at those.
So you reduce it down that
Yeah.
much, huh?
And then afterwards, you want to just kind of to mash them up a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to do this for that?
Yeah. You're gonna get the meatballs?
I'll get the meatballs out. Sure.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
Wow, I like this.
It's relaxing.
It is. You know,
like-
people don't
like
understand
therapy.
just how therapeutic cooking
Absolutely,
is.
it is. Look at those meatballs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I would like to do this is just kind of layer it right in the middle,
Should I put these on top?
right on top. Oh yeah.
Oops.
Sorry.
There we go. Okay.
Crash
Ooh,
landing.
these are gigantic.
Yeah,
Boy,
okay.
whoa. So how many per person do you think?
I mean.
You? How many?
I'll eat at least 3.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And we grate some cheese on top too, right?
Absolutely. You can have some cheese.
This smells so
good.
good.
Look at that.
I think I got a little bit on the plate now,
Yeah,
didn't
you got
I?
plenty. That's great.
But bring that up here. Let's
All
have a
right,
bite.
Let's switch
Yeah.
this up.
Yeah. You
There
got
we
some
go.
more. Those 3 magic meats that are going to make the perfect meatball. Sal would call this the perfect meatball, right?
That works.
J. Sal.
Yeah,
let's
it's
toast Sal.
Yeah, let's toast Sal.
To Sal. Should have brought him.
I know.
Yeah. To Sal. Okay.
To Sal.
Marc's father's meatballs were so good, a real heritage recipe anyone would be proud of. He and Dave Pasternack took something they grew up with. Marc is the son of a butcher, Dave is a lifelong fisherman, and built a style of cooking around it. Simple hands-on cooking with honest ingredients. That's the core of Italian cuisine, and that's what makes Italian food so great.